A country's balance of trade is the difference in the value between that country's imports and exports. On the export side of things, the finance minister explained that Guyana has largely depended on sugar, rice, bauxite, timber, and gold for the bulk of its foreign currency earnings. But when the contribution of the sugar industry is subtracted and the other main sectors failing to achieve their targets, all sectors have contributed to the depletion of the balance of payment.
Foreign exchange earnings have been challenged, essentially, with no new industries coming forth to take the space that had been created as a result of the fall off in sugar principally and earnings in some of the other areas.
On the import side, the minister pointed out that the country is doing reasonably well, principally because of low oil prices. He further explained that the country has also been importing capital goods consistent with the expansion in the economy, and also all the capital items that are coming from the petroleum sector will be reflected on the capital side of the balance of payments.
So immediately what you will find is a so-called deterioration in the balance of payment arising from increased imports of capital items, particularly by the petroleum sector. However, the offsetting entry will be the payments made by the people who own those equipment. So the inflows on the capital side will also go up to finance this, if you see what I mean. I mean, for example, let us go simply. Suppose you buy a refrigerator. Two assets will be moving in different directions. You will now have a fixed asset called a refrigerator, but your cash that you paid for this now will have been depleted, right? Which is also a current asset, would have been depleted by the cost of the refrigerator. Okay? So on the one side, it looks like a deterioration. But on the other side, the cause of this deterioration is reflected there.
Jordan noted that once the Bank of Guyana is not spending lots of its reserve to finance the balance of payments deficit, then surplus on the capital account would need to be financed.
So when people say there was this great deterioration in the balance of payments deficit, it would have shown. But when you look what's the cause of it, you will see on the import side, particularly in capital, there was a wide deterioration on the imports of capital equipment, but financed by the foreign direct investment that would have come for it. Everything that Exxon is important will pass through our accounts, okay? But it's not we paying for it. It's Exxon paying for it, and that will be reflected in our capital account as inflows, right? As foreign direct inflows.
Mr. Jordan says once the balance of payment ratio is not favorable, that's a cause for some concern, but not necessarily a cause for alarm, since the negative effects are being cushioned. Royden James, HGP Nightly News.